now we are going to get into some electric age stuff, definitely. And I've got my handy dandy clipboard right here, so we can look at stuff. I've got it all planned out right here. Our ultimate goal is the EBF, the electric blast furnace. And once we get to that, we're going to be able to process aluminum or aluminium, and it will be glorious. But before we get to that, we have to do the other low voltage stuff. And so in order to get the EBF, first, we need a large bronze boiler so that we can use that to power a steam turbine, which will generate electricity. Then we need a basic assembler. Oh, I misspelled that. There we go. We need the basic assembler so that we can assemble circuits a lot easier. And we're also going to need it for assembling stuff that needs liquid as well as solid stuff assembled. And we're going to then build a basic polarizer so we can get the magnetic rods cheaper. And then we're going to work on the ore processing. We're going to have an ore washer, a thermal centrifuge, a sifter, and a regular centrifuge. And by doing that process, we're going to get more out of our ores. We're going to get some byproducts and hopefully get some really neat stuff that we're going to use in the future. And then in order to power other things, we need batteries. And in order to get a battery, you have to make it in a canner. And then we'll have an electrolyzer so that we can get the materials we need for the batteries. We'll make a battery buffer which uses the batteries and also charges them. And then we can make a basic miner and an ore prospector so that we can go prospecting for ores and mine them. We don't even have to be out there doing any mining. We set up the basic miner and it does it for us. And then after all of that, and probably a whole bunch of rabbit holes in between, we're going to make the EBF. So first things first, let's start with the large bronze boiler and get that going. Okay, so the factory does look a little different. I added some more roof and I did some walls. There's a lot more walls. I think in between episodes I'm going to improve the building a little bit every time, hopefully. Oh, and there's a big improvement to our machine here. So we used to have just the blocks going up, and then we had the vault, and of course the smart chutes on top to capture everything. But the problem was that all of the ores would pop up and they would go to the surface because there was nowhere for them to go. Well, I was watching Ricky on his live stream, and Maya had his machine, which is where I got the inspiration for making this. Well, I noticed that his has the scaffolding on the top and on the sides too. And I think that's so that the ores, instead of getting trapped and going all the way to the surface, they get trapped in right here where the scaffolding is. And so now with this improvement, when I place this, all of the ores will rise to the top here and then go down the chutes. And I've tested this and it is great. It means I have to pick up a lot less stuff. The only ores I pick up are the ones that kind of pop off when you place it down. Like right here, you place it down and a whole bunch of ores pop off and come towards you. But all the other ores that are inside will actually rise to the top and get sucked in. So I'm very pleased with that. Now, if I wanted to, I could expand it back, maybe a couple more 3x9s. But for now, this is good enough for getting started. And I've got it hooked up to the processing area where we got a bunch of ores from last time. All right, let's get into the bronze boiler. And for that, we are going to need a lot of bronze. And I think I've got bronze in here somewhere. Brass, bronze. Okay. We are going to need a lot of bronze. So let's look for the large bronze boiler. And it is a multi-block. So it's a big boy. And for this, I know I've showed this before, the view recipe tree, but there's so many individual things. If you shift click on these, it'll actually expand the tree. So we're going to need 23 of these steam machine casings, but that's going to be 72 bronze plates, a bunch of bricks. Well, there's also these pipe casings, which I can shift click, and it shows all this stuff. Now these bronze fluid pipes, if I shift click on it again, then it brings that into the total as well. Bronze frames. Okay, you have to have bronze rods for that. And then there's some other hatches and buses. I think we'll do those last. Let's start on just this for now. And so now you can see when I switch this, it'll show the total of all of these that it needs. And so I could keep on going down as far as I need to get to the basic resources that I need. And this is what we're going to start with. So escape out. We're going to need 100 bronze plates. That is about 7 stacks of bronze ingots. So we'll get those over here to the press, or not the press, the rolling mill. Get these over to the rolling mill and throw them in. Get them processing. All right, great. Don't think I have any bricks, so we might have to make those. I did need clay for something, and so I grabbed a bunch of clay. Although I don't remember where I put it. Oh, there it is. So we got a bunch of clay in here. Okay, so we can get 1 clay ball to 1 brick using the alloy smelter. All right, grab that's a plate. Do I not have the brick? Or, oh, it's the ball? I need the ingot mold. Ooh, do I not have the ingot mold? That's the plate. There's the ingot mold. I knew I had one. All right, alloy smelter, throw it in. Get a bunch of bricks out. Got the roller, given our plates. We got bricks coming out. What else do we need? We need bronze rods. Okay, 28 of those. So that means 14 ingots. Okay, we'll grab 14 ingots and take them to the belt grinder. And it is on medium right now. I think we can up it to high. Throw those in. Should be getting some out. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we've got the rods going. We got the plates coming in. We've got a bunch of bricks coming. What else do we need? That's pretty much it for the basic materials. Okay, we're gonna need a muffler hatch. I don't think it has to be that kind of muffler hatch. I think we could use the LV muffler hatch. Yeah, definitely. In order to make that, we're going to need a tin rotor, an electric motor, and a machine hull. Let's add a muffler hatch to the list of our favorites. We're going to need an output hatch, so we'll put that in our favorites. We're going to need a couple of those because we're going to need an input hatch too, and you get that just by making an output hatch into an input hatch. Or you can do the glass on the different side. Okay, so we're going to need a couple of those. And we're going to need an input bus. Okay, so we'll favorite that as well. And then to actually make the bronze boiler block itself, we're going to need circuits and a bronze firebox casing. So the basic electronic circuit, we're going to need to make 4 of these. Okay, so we're going to need to get a bunch of stuff. First things first, I think we can make some tin cables pretty easily. We just need some tin wire and rubber sheets. Grab some tin from our storage. We're only going to need a couple for now. Come over to the wire mill, throw those in. Make sure we have some rubber sheets. Nope, we only have a couple rubber sheets here. We are going to need more. And the way you get a rubber sheet is the alloy smelter into the plate. Okay, we got our tin wire. Can take our tin wire and wrap it in rubber. Okay, that'll give us the tin cables we need. And I think we'll keep in this spot right here all the materials that we have collected and made so far. All right, so we're gonna need 4, so let's get 4 resin printed circuit boards. 4 boards and a bunch of copper wire. Okay, we'll just make 6 of them. Now we need 8 resistors. Boy. Okay. Alright, it's not too bad. Get some fine wire copper, coal dust, paper, and sticky resin. You could just do the copper wire, except I think you get more if you do the fine copper wire, because this would take 2 copper wires, whereas a fine copper wire, you get 1 copper wire into 4 fine. So we are definitely going that route. We are going to do the charcoal dust. So we're going to do this one, and we need 4, so we have 8. I love this. This is so nice. All right, let's go do it. And then we're going to take that wire and turn it into fine copper wire. So let's do that next. And we'll just throw the rest in. Ooh, there we go. Fine copper wire. Okay, we got the 8. We need 8 sticky resin. Do I have enough sticky resin? I do. Okay, good. 8 fine copper. We need 8 paper. Ooh, I'm not entirely sure we have 8 paper. Okay, we do. Good. I actually made extra. I was kind to future Dave. Okay, so 4 charcoal dust, which is just grinding charcoal. Easy. Let's see, we can do it in the grinder here. Oh, I've got some salt processing. Well, let's interrupt that and just throw in a piece of charcoal. Okay, so 1 charcoal gives us 1 dust. That means, ooh, I'm gonna need more charcoal. Oh yeah, here's another cool thing that I did. I expanded the coke oven. So I made 2, basically. We had the original one here, and I used its outer wall as the wall for the new one. So now we've got 2 going. So we've got lots of charcoal and creosote being generated. Yep, lots of creosote as well. And the reason is we're going to need a lot more creosote to power the large bronze boiler, so we might even need to do a 3rd coke oven. We'll see. Alright, so let's finish grinding up. What, 3 more? That'll do for now. Alright, we got our 4 charcoal dust. Let's make some resistors. Okay, 8 resistors. Check. Nice. And that was for our basic electronic circuit. Oh, yeah, that's right, we're gonna need some glue. Oh yeah, okay. That means we're gonna have to do something else. We're gonna have to make a spout. It shouldn't be too difficult. I think spouts are pretty easy to make. But what we can do is we can make the 4, and then we'll do the glue, and then bring them back and put the steel plate back on. Let's double check that, just make sure. No, okay. I'm glad I checked. It needs to be a resin printed circuit board. So that is the regular board with 8 wire coppers. So we need to get some wire coppers, which is a good thing that we had it going, because we were going to need them, right? All right, cool. So we need 4 of these. We gotta surround them with copper wire. Oh, and we only have enough for 3. Oh, we're missing 2. Ah, oh, come on. Do we have more coming? We do not. Okay. Let's go grab some more copper. Let's just throw another stack in. Alright, here we are. And throw them in. Okay. We just need that too to get the last one done. There we go. So now back to the machine shop. Let's get this done. All right, unfinished electronic circuit. Exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, now we just need to glue these up. In order to do that, we are going to need a spout. All right, spout. Oh, rain gutters. Well, that's interesting. Okay, don't get sidetracked. We need a spout. Okay, that is just thin rubber sheet and a fluid tank. Thin rubber sheets we should have in here. Yes. Okay, there's one of those. I think I need to have a wrench for my backpack and a wrench for using, because a lot of these recipes require a wrench. And I've got the fluid tank and thin rubber sheet we also have, and there is a spout. So that's just a couple hundred millibuckets of glue. That's like nothing. Vacuumizer. I think this is what I'm going to use to get the glue. So 500 millibuckets of lime water to 50 glue. We need this 4 times, so we just need a couple of buckets of lime water and 4 bone meal. Okay. So let's go in here and grab a couple of buckets. There's one. Go back and get another one. There's 2. Okay, now we're going to need the bone meal. 4 bone meal. Oh, do I have to just throw it in there like that? Okay, there we go. 4 bone meal, lime water. It is currently on vacuumizing. Okay, great. I just have to heat it up. Some charcoal. Okay, I think that is getting me my glue. Yes, it's working. All right, 200 millibuckets of glue. I should be able to grab that with the bucket. Yes. Okay, now we'll take the glue. We'll go back out to the machine shop. And what we can do is grab the wrench and take off the deployer. We can put the spout on like that. And now we can take these unfinished circuits. Okay, first let's put the glue in there. No. Did that not work? Did I just spill my glue everywhere? No! Can you not put glue into the spout like that? Let's test it with some water. Just get some water. If I just click it, yeah, it just spills it. Oh no. What have I done? I've messed up the glue. What if you do it from the top? Nope. Alright. So in order to get things into the spout, let's see. Let's ponder the spout. Cannot be accessed manually. Pipes have to be used. Okay. Well, that's okay. What we need then is a drain. We can put this drain here, extract fluids from items. Yes, that's exactly what we want. So we just need a copper casing and a metal bar. We'll just plop that down, strip it, place that on, copper casing. Easy peasy. All right, cool. Well, let's just make some copper bars because they look cool. To the forge. You're only gonna need 1 because we are gonna get this right the first time. Put it on there and make some bars. +2, and a +16. So that is a +20. So I need to be 20 below. I think that is it. Do a plus that. Perfect. First try. Actual first try. Okay, so now we can make the item drain. Okay, and then you take the item drain, place it on top, like so. Let's test it out just to make sure. Get some water. And I don't think you click it. Oh, you can. Okay, so you can click it. I'm glad I tested this out because that does not work. Apparently the item drain does not connect right in. So we need to make some pipe. Or get some pipe. Do I have any pipe anywhere? I don't think I do. If we put the fluid pipe on top, like so, and then put the item drain on, like so. Alright, so now we have the pipe there. We can right click there, and it still does not drain in. Okay, so you absolutely have to have a pump. So that's going to be there. We need to pipe into there. So we can put a pipe there, pump there, and actually we might be able to put the item drain right on top of the pump, just like that. Okay, now we just need to power that. So right there, and then put a cogwheel on like that. Now when I flip the switch, it is overstressed. Okay. Okay, there we go. It's because I put in a basic instead of steel. Right, so now that that is set up, that is pointing the right direction. We can test it out by grabbing some water, going up to the top and placing it in. There we go. See, that worked. All right, so now we can take that, put it back. Let's go get the glue and do this right. Back to the machine shop. Oh, and we're going to put the glue in the item drain. And that's going to get sucked up into there. Perfect. Now, we can actually put these down. There's 1, 2, 3. That is so satisfying. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now that we've got that, we can take all of this down, switch that back. Okay. Put our deployer back on. That the wrong way, of course. All right, there we go. Now we just need to put the steel plates onto those. So we'll put that there. And I don't know if I put all the steel plates on there, if it would mess it up or not. So I'm just going to be careful and just do that. Ah, there we go. We got our first basic electronic circuits. Okay, so now I think we can actually craft the boiler. This thing right here. So we need the 4 circuits, the 4 wires. Oh, but we need a firebox casing. All right, that's all the bronze plates, rods, and the bronze frame. Okay, let's go grab all the bronze plates that we've been smashing up. And the rods. There we go. Okay. Now we should be able to do... Well, we can't do that. We have to do the bronze frame. Let's make a bronze frame. Okay. Make the bronze casings. Okay. And the bronze boiler. Huzzah! We have the bronze boiler. Of course, it does absolutely nothing without all of the other stuff around it. The firebox casings and the steam machine casings. Guess we need 5 firebox casings. Let's do this then. Oh, Okay, I actually need 5, so I guess we'll do 6. Click that to expand it. Bronze firebox casing. Let's do that. Okay. 3. Oh, we don't have enough bronze frames. Okay. Let's make a couple more bronze frames. Oh, that's perfect. 5. We don't actually need to do that last one. So we've got the 5. Okay. And let's pick that up. So we do need 23 of this machine casing. So let's get the bricks that we were working on out of here. In fact, let's get this up again. Why did that not work? Oh, it's because I already have a large bronze boiler, so it's like, oh, you did it, yay! No, this is the single piece. So we're gonna take this and set it in here so it doesn't mess us up. We need this thing. Doop, doop, doop. And there we go. Alright. Alright, so we need 12 bricks. I need 12 of these. So, boop, 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 boop. Steam machine casings. We need 23. Means we're gonna have one more. That's okay. Let's make some fluid pipes. Do we have enough of those? We just need 4. Okay. Pipe casing. Yes. We just need 2 of those. Done. That is large bronze boiler. Okay. I think that's it. We got all of those components that we needed. Nice. We're working late into the night. All right, next thing. We need these special things. Let's do the input and output hatch, because you got to have one of each, right? Input, bus. No, that's output hatch, input hatch. Okay. So we need the glue. We need a glass and the mold, the machine hull. Okay. So red alloy cables. I think we're probably going to need to make 4 of these because the buses have machine holes as well. Okay, so we need 4 of these. So that's 8 boards, 8 red alloy cables. Alright, lots of wrought iron. That is good. Because we need to make some casings. And I think we actually need to make 4 of them then. Wrench in the middle, right? Yep. Ultra low voltage machine casing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Because we need to make the machine holes, which we're just missing the fiberboard, which is right here. Fill that up. Perfect. 4 of those. That's the bus and the hatch. Oh, it is just glue. Either side. And glass. Okay. Don't forget the glass. Or a chest, depending on what you're doing. So we need 2 chests and 2 glass. I think we still have some glass over here. Is that right? We do. Perfect. Only needed the 2. And we need a couple of chests, which we can do with, I guess, birch. 2. Put that back. Okay, output hatch. Check. Input bus. Check. And instead of the output hatch, we want the input hatch. Yes. And then instead of the input bus, we want the output bus. Yes. Okay, yeah, we got them. I got all those. Nice. Okay, let's go grab the rest of the boiler. We'll hold on to glue in case we need more. Oh, we need a maintenance hatch and a muffler as well. Okay. I don't think it's the configurable one we need, because the configurable one uses, yeah, high-tech stuff. Don't think so. Just the plain old maintenance hatch, which needs, oh boy, it's like one of everything plus a machine hull. Okay. And the muffler is the more difficult one because it requires an electric motor and a tin rotor, but it also needs an LV machine hull. So we actually need to make 2 more of these machine hulls. Okay, another thing that we're going to need is a crowbar, and I've not built a crowbar before. So I had some black bronze. I think we'll just use that to make the crowbar. But in order to make it, you have to have a file and some rods and some white dye. So I'm going to gather those. And I should get the dye from the bone meal here if I just crush that up. Yeah, there we go. We actually only need 4 dyes, so that will do. We need the hammer, 4 dye, and chisel. Chisel. Got some rods. 4 dye. And our hammer. Where's our hammer? There's a hammer. Ah, crowbar. Alright. Oh, I didn't need to... Oh. Our copper file is almost gone anyway, so we'll just... we'll have a bronze file once our copper one runs out. Well, let's throw the crowbar up there and give it a proper spot. There we go. Now we got a spot for a crowbar, which I assume we're going to be using a lot more. Do 1 more of those. And 2 of these. Okay, I think that is everything. Yes. Maintenance hatch. Check. To make the tin rotor, we're going to need a lot of tin stuff. Tin plates, tin ring. We can make the tin ring. Easy. Tin plates. Okay, now we got everything. Tin rotor. Check. Now we gotta make the LV electric motor. This is gonna be a little more interesting. Magnetic steel or cast iron. Okay, well let's get a couple of tin cables and 4 copper wires. Actually, let's be smart about this and do it this way. There we go. And a couple tin wires. Okay, we need some cast iron rods. Okay, in order to make the magnetic one, we need 4 redstone. So let's do that. Perfect. Okay, everything for the motor? Check. Nice, we are well on our way. Muffler hatch? Check. Okay, don't need that anymore. Alright, I think we've got everything to make it. We got the boiler, the firebox casings, the piping, the machine casings, and the input-output hatch, bus, and maintenance, and muffler. Yeah, I think we're ready to put it together. Alright guys, I spent a lot more time than I should have redoing the basement. Yeah, it was getting a little too crowded. So I decided to make the floor go down about 2 blocks. I dug down 3 blocks, put in a floor, and because of that, the stairs come all the way down here. And this is right where the coke ovens were, and it was just in the way. So I decided to take everything down, and I put the coke ovens over there. I'm actually planning on putting 1 more right here. I just need to add it. I've got item pipes coming from the vault outside, bringing in the wood, so that works just fine. I've got item pipes down here carrying the charcoal over to this chest, where I've set up 2 steam engine boilers. One bigger one for doing some of the stuff that can take higher stress capacity, 128. And then this one does just the ones that doesn't need a lot. So if we go back upstairs, so the belt grinder, it can consume at max speed 64. And so that's more than the 32. And also, here we go. Yes, the rolling mill, it can actually go all the way up to 128. And that's my limit with the steel. So I pumped it up, made it go as fast as it could. Same with the coiler here. Made it go as fast as it could, which is really nice. They go a lot faster now. I can still control this and make it go slower if I need to make screws, which require medium instead of high speed. But yeah, they're on their own separate engine. So like the saw here, it can only go to 32 because it's a basic saw. Same thing with the press here. It's a basic one, and so we have those on the slower ones. I also have this one on the slower one because, you know, we've got it going. We've already collected so much cloth. We probably don't need it to go very fast. So I've done that. I've changed the water wheel. I made it a small one, very compact. I love it. You can waterlog a stair like this right next to the small water wheel, and it will power it. And so just these 3 blocks here and a small water wheel is powering this belt. And I could probably do the same setup for powering any belts. And I still have the boiler. I also piped in water from outside. And so the water is coming in through here, out through here, down and into the 2 boilers here that need the water. And anytime I have a machine that needs water, I'm just going to branch off of this pipe. If we end up needing more water, we can upgrade to a larger pipe. I decided to use the wood pipes just so that we could differentiate the water treated wood pipes for the creosote. I built this tank. It's a wooden tank. It's a multi-block. It's not too difficult. Let's bring it up. Wooden multi-block tank. So it's pretty cool. It can hold 1 million millibuckets, so 1,000 buckets of liquid. And you make it with, of course, the tank itself, which is some copper, and the wood walls you make with more copper. So really it's not too expensive, just a bunch of copper plates. But you also really need to make a valve, wooden tank valve. Now this is a little more difficult because you have to make copper rotors, but still, it's just a bunch of copper. We've done this before, it's pretty easy. But the interesting thing is these valves, you can only have 2 per tank. And I was having a devil of the time trying to get stuff out of this tank. You can get it out of the top if you have a pump. And so I had a pump set up. I was pumping stuff out. But this is just going in right now from our coke ovens. What I finally figured out is if you have a tank valve pointing down, you can actually place pipes beneath it and it will fill those pipes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the creosote from the coke ovens into the storage here. And then from here I can bring it down and then maybe go back up and branch off to wherever it needs to go, like the steam boiler here. I did this because we're going to be putting in the large bronze boiler and it is going to take a lot of fuel. And so I'm stocking up on fuel, and then I can take the pipe and I can run it to the bronze boiler, which I'm thinking we're probably going to put maybe right here. This should be good. And then we can pipe the steam over to a turbine, which will then generate the electricity, because the steam can travel really, really far. The electricity, though, at low voltage, it does not travel very far without losing some of the energy. So the steam can. So that's my plan. So now we just got to put in the boiler. So now that I've got the basement rearranged, we can finally do that. Firebox casings, large bronze boiler, a couple of ice casings, and steam machine casings. Yep, I think those are what we need. All right, let's get to it. Oh wait, we don't want to forget maintenance hatch, other hatch, output bus, input bus, and input hatch. All that good stuff. Talk about a lot of stuff. All right, let's get to it. This corner right there. Is that good? Yeah, let's do it right there. So I'm thinking we probably do want to build it right on the ground. I built these up a bit. I'm going to put some kind of, I don't know, structure underneath, make it look cool, but also make it so that if I needed to, I could crawl under and get to things. With this though, if we do 4 tall, that is 4 tall. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We know we need that probably in the middle. So let's get that and put it right there. We'll just have it facing like this. All right, so the fluid input I'm guessing is going to be the creosote, which is going to be stored in here. So maybe we should have it towards the top. Or we could just pass the creosote through the ground. I mean, that is possible. Let's put the input hatch here then. Well, we know the center has to be a bronze pipe casing. So let's get that in. Like so. Okay. And we know that above it needs to be one of those as well. And then on top is the steam machine casings. So casing there. Go down here. Get the, where is it? Input, where's the input? Input hatch fluid. Like this. There we go. We'll see if that works. And if we want some kind of solid fuel going in, that would be the input bus here. And there's an output bus, which I don't know what this is going to output, but I guess we'll see. Firebox casings go here, here, and do I need one more? Oh yeah, the muffler and the maintenance. Let's see. Let's just put the maintenance here for now. That is accessible. The only other thing we have is the muffler hatch, which I think in the drawing it shows being on the bottom. Well, we're going to try this out and see if it works. We'll put the muffler hatch like right there just for now. And everything else should be just these casings. We'll know if it works if it says structure complete, and it does not. It says structure incomplete. I wonder if that's because you have to have all of these things on the first level, just like it said. Well, we tried. Just put the muffler hatch there, put that there, and still says structure incomplete. And this is fluid output. There is no item output. So input bus, yes. Output bus, no. There's no output bus. Maybe that's my problem. Okay. Did I create an output bus and I did not need one? That is quite... Oh yeah, see, look at that. That just formed. That structure formed. Alright, now can we do what we had before? Okay, input hatch. Right there. Still a good structure? Yes. Okay. So you can have that pointing down, which is good because it's going to go right into our pipe, which is going to be right here in the floor. The muffler, can you move the muffler to somewhere else? Like, let's say right here. So we put the muffler right there. And I guess you put a casing right here. Right there. Nope, it says structure incomplete. So you cannot have the muffler sticking up top. Well, that's too bad. Just like that. We'll put the muffler right there. So it's not blocked. It has exhaust space. This is where our steam will come out, and we will route it to wherever we need to. Just move it up, and then wherever. Let's put that on top. Should be, yep, it formed. Good, good. Yep, just needs maintenance. So the maintenance part, you just have to hit this with various tools. I've got all those here. Screwdriver. We've got mallet. We've got hammer. We've got crowbar. And what was the last thing? So wire cutters. I think it might have been wire cutters, I don't remember. Let's see. Okay, empty hand. Is it? My hand is empty. Okay. Click slot with empty hand when acquired tools are in inventory. I already did it. Maintenance fine. Can I insert tape now? I want to insert the tape. I want to let me insert tape. Maybe that is something that was in GregTech, but we do not have to do. Maybe you had to insert some tape to prevent problems, but okay, well, I guess I don't need to do that. Maintenance is fine. Structure's formed. We've got the large bronze boiler. So click on this. Okay, right now it's room temperature. We don't have any steam output because we are not feeding it anything. We do want to throttle it down as much as possible, because I think we're going to use this for now to replace the steam boiler down there. We'll just pass the steam from here over, but this is probably going to be creating even more steam than the other one. All right, so pipe being laid. I think there's a faster way to lay pipe, but I'm not entirely sure. No, not you. So if anybody knows, put in the comments. I would love to know if there's a faster way to lay down the pipe. And then this is just going to be coming straight up into there. So we can hook it up. Just pre-sewed in there. Hook that up. Oh, but before we do that, we need to make sure that we have water going in. Yeah, that's kind of an important part, right? So we've got a water pipe right here. We could just branch it off across the top there. It's probably the fastest way to do it. There's water in the pipes. Is there water in the boiler? Wait, do I need 2 input hatches? Since I'm using liquid. Instead of an input bus, I need an input hatch. That's what I need, isn't it? I bet you anything that's exactly what I need. Okay, another machine hole, which then we use with the glue and the glass to make an input hatch. Awesome. Let's go plug it in. All right, so we can get rid of this. Input bus, we're not using you. We're using an input hatch. And oh, there it goes. So I don't have to face it the other way. I can leave it like that and it'll catch it. It's got water. Okay, good, good. It's got steam. That's another good sign. Can do is go grab an empty drum. We have one. Oh, that's got creosote in it. This, I think, is empty. Yeah. So what we can do is come over here and grab creosote from here. Yeah, there we go. You just click on it. Pick it up and then left click on there and it'll pick it up. So yeah, there we go. Now if we want to, we can right click on the valve. here? No. You have to click on that file? Or do you just click on here? Oh, there you go. So now if I right click or left click, now that took stuff out. Okay, so left click takes it out, left click again, puts it in. Okay, there. Alright, we saved some creosote. We need to get piping the steam over to there, which means we're going to need to use a bunch of these gold pipes. There we go. And the reason I use the gold pipes is because I have so much gold right now. Just keep clicking like that. That works. And then connect that up right there, like that. And that is it. This has 6,000 millibuckets of steam. And it's going down as it's going through the system. Okay, yeah, there we go. So with that done, I think we need to call this an episode. I'm sure it's getting pretty long. There was a lot of stuff that we got done. But next time, we're going to start on, I believe it is, yes, next time we are actually going to start on circuits. We have this large bronze boiler, which is great, but in order to use it, we need electric devices, and to make the electric devices, we need circuits. Because circuits are going to be used a lot in the electronics age. So what we're going to do is set up an assembly line to make those, and make a polarizer. So with those two machines, we'll be able to make other machines more efficiently, and then we're really going to be off to the electricity. And of course, we're also going to have to make some steam turbines to turn this steam into electricity. But that is going to be for the next time. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and catch you later. Bye.